Very good morning, children. Children, once again, welcome to your EVS1 lecture. Last time, we had just started introduction of chapter number first, that is our Earth and our solar system. Yes, children? So, today we are going to continue further lesson. But children, before that, let us just revise a few points what we did in our last lecture. Okay, children? We had just seen in the beginning that what do we see at night? Sky, right? And there are some things that twinkle in the sky. Yes, these things are called as what? Stars. Okay, children? Then we had seen that some stars are prominent while some stars are tiny and faint. Right, children? Means some stars appear bright whereas some are faint, some are big while some are small. Yes, children? And even some of them twinkle while some of them do not. Yes? Now, children, we had also seen that we see sun and moon from our earth. Yes? Why is it so? Because the sun and the moon are closest than other stars and planets from our earth. Okay? So, we are able to see the sun and the moon. Okay, children? What are the shapes of sun and moon? Round. Yes? The sun, the moon, the stars and the planets are together called as what, children? This also we had seen. Yes, they are called as heavenly bodies. Why they are called as heavenly bodies? Since they are all seen in the heaven. Okay, so they are all called as heavenly bodies. Okay. Next, we had seen details about what? Stars. Children, what are stars? Can you remember that? Yes. The heavenly bodies that twinkle are called as stars. Okay, children? The heavenly bodies that twinkle are called as stars. And since they twinkle, they have their light of their own. Okay? Stars have their own light. And children, we have also seen that the sun is a star. Okay? And it is closer to us than any other stars. Children, remember I had asked you that how does the sun appear? Yes, the sun appears very brilliant and huge in size. Yes, and we had also discussed that during the day there are stars in the sky. But why those stars cannot be seen in the sky, children? Yes, the answer to it is that since the sun's brightness is very, very much more, that is the reason we are not able to see the stars in the sky during the day. Okay? We had a wrong notion that there are no stars in the sky during the day, but that is not true. There are stars in the sky during the day, but they are not seen as the brightness of the sun is very, very much. Okay? Next, we have seen about planets. The heavenly bodies that do not twinkle are called as planets. Okay? We had seen that stars twinkle, but unlike stars, planets do not twinkle. So, the heavenly bodies that do not twinkle are called as planets. And since they do not twinkle, they do not have their own light unlike stars. So then where do they get light from? They get light from the sun. Okay, the sun provides them the light. Planets revolve around a star and even they rotate around themselves. Okay. Next, children, we had seen about solar system. We had seen that our Earth is a planet. Yes. And since our Earth is a planet, it does not have its own light. Okay. And so it gets light from what, children? From sun. Yes. And our Earth moves around the sun. And this movement of Earth around the sun is called as the revolution of Earth. Okay. Children, we had also seen that besides Earth, there are 7 other planets that revolve around the Earth. Which are those planets, children? Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Okay. Once again, I'll repeat. The planets besides Earth that revolve around the sun are Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. Okay, children. Next, we had seen that every planet in the solar system revolves around the sun along a specific path. Okay, children, I had said that path means the road at which they travel, right? Rasta. Okay, and in geographic language, path is called as orbit, planet's orbit. Okay, the sun, which is a star, and the planets that revolve around it are together called as solar system. Okay, children. And besides planets in solar system, our sky or our Earth also includes various other heavenly bodies. Okay, children. We had seen about some of the heavenly bodies, right? The first among these heavenly bodies is satellites. Okay, we had seen in detail about satellites. Some heavenly bodies revolve around the planets. Yes, these are called as satellites. And satellites too get their light from the sun. Okay. Children, we all know that we can see moon at night, right? This moon revolves around our Earth, and so moon is called as a satellite of the Earth. Okay. And children, we have also seen that most of the planets in the solar system have satellites, and these planets revolve around the sun along with their satellites. Okay, children. The next heavenly body we had seen was Dwarf Planet. Children, do you remember what I had said the meaning of dwarf? Yes. The word dwarf indicates short, chota, small. Okay. So, the planets which are smaller in size are called as dwarf planets. Children, do you remember which well-known dwarf planet had I mentioned about? Yes, the name of that planet is Pluto. Okay, the most well-known dwarf planet is Pluto. Dwarf planets revolve independently around the sun and they have their own orbits. Okay. The next heavenly body that we had seen was asteroids. Okay. The speciality of these asteroids is that they are seen between the planets Mars and Jupiter. And how are they? They are a band of numerous small heavenly bodies. Okay, once again I'll repeat, children. A band of numerous small heavenly bodies that are seen in between the Mars and Jupiter are called as asteroids. Okay, and asteroids also revolve around the sun. Children, we had also seen that the moon is closest to our earth. Okay, so it is our intuition that the moon and the sun are same, but the sun is very much bigger as compared to moon. But we see the same size of the sun and the moon from our earth, since moon is closest to our earth. Okay, children? And so the planets, satellites, dwarf planets, asteroids, stars, etc., all of these form the solar system. Oh, okay, children. Then we had seen an image of the solar system. Yes. So we had done up till here in our last lecture. Okay, children. Now we will go further. Children, you just see figure number just see the figure on page number 2. Okay, look at the picture of the solar system and answer the following. Which planet is nearest to the sun? Yes, children, to the sun. Which planet you can see nearest? Yes, Mercury. Okay, at what position is the earth from the sun? Yes, children, Mercury, Venus and earth, right? Means earth is at the third position. Okay, which planet is placed between earth and Mercury? Just see, children. Yes, the planet Venus is there between earth and Mercury. Okay, name the planets beyond the orbit of Mars in serial order. They are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. Okay, children? Then which planet in the solar system is farthest from the sun? Farthest means far away. Yes, the planet Pluto. Okay, children? Next we come to the term gravity. What is the meaning of gravity? All heavenly bodies exert a force of attraction or a pull on one another. This force is called as force of gravity. Children, take an example. Throw a ball, okay, upwards. What will you see? What is your observation? The ball will immediately come down, right? As if some force is pulling the ball down. Okay, this force is called as the force of gravity. Okay, children, the sun exerts a gravitational pull on all the planets, whereas the tendency of the planets is to move away from the sun. And as a result of these two forces, a planet keeps revolving around the sun at a fixed distance in a fixed orbit. Okay, in the same way, satellites revolve around the sun. Okay, children. Next, children, tell me, in which direction do these things fall? Leaves, flowers, fruits from a tree. The leaves, flowers and fruits, where do they fall? They fall directly towards the ground, right, children? Rocks that come loose from a hillside, even they all initially can change their directions, but afterwards they fall in onto the ground itself. Yes, rain falling from the sky. The rain also falls downwards towards the ground, right children? Okay. Due to the earth's gravity, all things on the earth remain on it. And even if we throw something upwards with great force, it finally falls down on the ground. Yes, children? Have you all observed this? Yes, many a times, right? Children, now let us see a new word for you all, space. Okay, what is a space? The emptiness between and beyond the stars and planets is called as space or outer space. Okay, children? People have always been curious about the heavenly bodies in the sky. They have always wanted to reach them. However, to send some object from the earth into space, it must be given power. Okay. Now, children, here is a figure of India's space missions. Okay, spacecraft. The first one is Chandrayaan. Okay, the name is Chandrayaan. Chandra means moon and Yan means spacecraft. Okay. On 22nd October 2008, the Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, okay, the short form is ISRO and its long form is Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, launched a spacecraft to the moon, and the mission is known as Chandrayaan 1. Okay. Mangalyaan is another important Indian space mission. Okay, children. I'll show you the Mangalyaan. See, the first picture from the top. Okay, Mangalyaan. It is known as MOM or Mars Orbit missions. Mangal, we call it in Hindi and Marathi, and in English we call it Mars. Okay, so that mission was known as MOM, that is Mars Orbit Mission. Okay, it was launched on 5th November 2013. Okay, it got established in an orbit around the planet Mars on 24th September 2014. ISRO achieved this feat in its first attempt. Both these missions are unmanned, that is, there were no people on the board these spacecraft. The objective of the mission is a deeper study of Moon and Mars. Okay, the Moon's mission was called as what? Chandrayaan, while the mission of the Mars was called as Mangalyaan or Mars Orbit Mission. Okay, children. Next, rocket technology or space launch technology is used for that purpose. Okay, just now we had seen two of the missions, right? They are used for that purpose. Okay, children, do you know rocket? What is rocket? Yes, rocket is one of the Diwali firecrackers, right? It is packed with explosive substances. The explosives burn rapidly and produce a lot of energy, and due to this energy, it bursts. Right, children? The design of the rocket is such that firecracker is pushed in a certain direction at a great speed, and it gets burned, right children? Okay, you all can see two images, right? Space launch using a rocket and Diwali rockets. Are there similarities in both the rockets? Yes, right? Very powerful rockets are used to send a spacecraft into space. A tremendous quantity of fuel is burnt in rockets so that spacecraft weighing thousands of tons can be launched into space. Okay? In the 20th century, a few countries of the world developed space technology and sent hundreds of spacecraft into space. Our country, means India, is well known for the development of its space launch technology. Okay, children. Some spacecrafts remain in the space and some are brought back to our Earth, while some land on other planets or satellites. Okay. In some missions, scientists also travel. They are called as astronauts. Okay, children. What is the word? Astronauts. Now we will see about an Indian astronaut. His name is Rakesh Sharma. Okay, Rakesh Sharma became the first Indian astronaut to go into space in 1984. Okay, he spent 8 days on space station for a joint mission of ISRO and Soviet Intercosmos. Seeing India from space, he said that it looked sare jahan se acha. Okay. Children, even Kalpana Chawla, Sunita Williams, they are also astronauts and they are of Indian origin as well. Okay, children. Now, last but not the least, we will talk about man-made satellites. What are man-made satellites? Man-made satellites provide useful information for agriculture, environment, weather forecasting, making maps and searching for water and mineral wealth on the earth. They are also used for telecommunication. They are put into orbit around the earth and they can remain in space for many years. Okay. Next, what have we learned from the lesson? The sun is a star. All other bodies in solar system get light from the sun. Okay. The sun, the planets, satellites, dwarf planets and asteroids are all called as solar system. Okay, children. Then things on earth remain on it due to force of gravity. Okay. And last but not the least, to travel in space, the earth's gravitational force has to be overcome. Okay. And rocket technology helps us to do that. Okay. Okay, children. With this, we come to an end of chapter number 1. Thank you.